Hello everyone, this is Aditya and today we'll be solving top 10 PYQs from JEE Advanced from the topic Trigonometric Functions and Equations. So let's start with lecture, but for that please do like, share, subscribe this video and please support this video. So now let's start with the video. Question 1. The number of solution of the pair of equations 2 sine square theta minus cos 2 theta is equal to 0 and 2 cos square theta minus 3 sine theta is equal to 0. Okay, in the interval 0 to 2 pi. Okay, so this is from IIT JEE 2007. Okay, so this is a very simple question from trigonometric equation. So let's see how we'll solve it. Okay, so we have to solve these two equations. So how we can solve it? Well, let's solve it equation by equation. I mean, let's assume this as first one and this as second one. Okay, so we have 2 sine square theta minus cos 2 theta is equal to 0, right? Now you know an identity, cos 2 theta is equal to 1 minus 2 sine square theta. Just substitute it over here. So you'll get 2 sine square theta minus 1 minus 2 sine square theta is equal to 0. So you have 4 sine square theta is equal to 1. So you get sine theta is equal to plus minus 1 by 2. Okay, so from here you get sine theta is plus minus 1 by 2. So we will note this. Now let's assume, let's see the second equation. 2 cos square theta minus 3 sine theta is equal to 0, right? Very simple equation. Now we know an identity, cos square theta plus sine square theta is equal to 1. This is the most basic identity of trigonometry, right? Just use it over here. 1 minus sine square theta minus 3 sine theta is equal to 0. So you have 2 minus 2 sine square theta minus 3 sine theta is equal to 0, correct? Okay, just evaluate this now. What you will get? 2 sine square theta plus 3 sine theta minus 2 is equal to 0, right? So let's evaluate this now. What we will get? So sine theta turns out to be negative 3 plus minus root 9 plus 16, 25 by 4. Okay, so sine theta is equal to negative 3 plus minus 5 by 4. Okay, so if you take a negative sign, then you will get negative 8 by 4, which is negative 2. So can sine theta be negative 2? Of course no. So can sine theta, so if we take the positive value, then we will get sine theta is 1 by 2. So yeah, 1 by 2 plus 1 by 2 is acceptable. Okay, right? So combining these two, we need its intersection. So you will get sine theta is 1 by 2, right? This is the only equation which we'll get, right, after intersection. So theta can be pi by 3. Sorry, it will be 5 pi by 6. Sorry, I'm really sorry. So 30 degree and 150 degree. Okay, so there are two answers of this question. So the number of solutions are 2. Okay, so now let's move to the second question. Question 2. Match. What is it? The number of elements in the set P, option P, x belongs to negative pi to pi, both included, sine raised to the power 6x plus cos raised to the power 4x, cos raised to the power 4, and the input value is x, okay, is equal to 1. Sine square x plus cos raised to the power 6x is equal to 1, okay. So we have this PQR x belongs to negative pi to pi cos square x by 2 minus sine square x is 1 by 2, okay. X belongs to x as that x no need of this, x belonging to negative 2 pi to 2 pi included 6 sine square x by 2 minus cos 3x is equal to 3, okay. And over here we have 1 2 3 4 and 5. So what is the answer? It is from JEE Advanced 2026 paper 1, okay. So it is the most recent question which I could get, right? Okay. So these are the options. We have to match PQRS with respect to 1, 2, 3 and 4 and 5, okay. So let's see. Let's solve P over here only. So we have this expression, right? Okay. So sine raised to power 6 plus cos raised to power 4x is equal to 1, okay. So at first sight we think that how we can solve this type of trigonometric equation, because we have a power of 6 and a power of 4. But the moment you see 1 over here, you should think you can make it of the form like 1 minus cos square theta or 1 minus sin square theta. So I see a cos raised to power 4 over here, and I know the identity a square minus b square is equal to a plus b, a minus b, correct, right? So I can say sine raised to power 6 is equal to 1 minus cos raised to power 4 x, correct? Okay. What is this? This is equal to sine square x. Sine square x into 1 plus cos square x, correct? We have got this expression. Now, either sin x can be 0 in this case, right? Now if sin x is 0, then what are the values possible? X can be negative pi, 0 or pi, okay. For this we have this, for this we have this one. And if it is not 0, then it means that we can cancel them. So we will be left to sin raised to power 4x is equal to 1 plus cos square x, correct? Okay. Now sin raised to the power 4x is equal to 2 minus sin square x. Do you understand what I have done? Just see it once, okay. Now just solve it. Sin raised to power 4 plus sin square x minus 2 is equal to 0. So from here you get sin square x is equal to 1 minus, you can solve it, negative 1 plus minus 1, and that will be 4, that will be 3 by 2, right? Okay. So negative value will automatically be rejected and the positive value will be it will be 1, okay. So sin x is plus minus 1, okay. So from here you get x is equal to negative pi by 2 or pi by 2, and when you take its union you will get 5 results for this one. So for P we have 5. We have to remember this. Now let's see for other options. Okay, and you can check also by substituting the values. If you substitute pi by 2, you will get this term as 1, this will be 0. For negative pi by 2, same, right? For pi, this will be 1. Negative pi 0 and pi, this will be 1, this will be 0, right? So all the 5 results are satisfying this. Okay, so now let's erase this, and now let's check for q, r and s. Okay, so let me erase this. So option number q was x belongs to negative pi by 2 to pi by 2 sine square x plus cos raised to power 6 x is equal to 1, right? Okay, so again this is much more simpler than this one, than the previous one, because we have the sine square term over here. So clearly cos raised to power 6 is equal to cos square x, right? That's it. So now cos x either can be 0, which means that x can be negative pi by 2 or pi by 2, correct? Right. Just cancel now these two terms. So you will have to cos raised to power 4 is equal to 1. So cos x is equal to plus minus 1. So plus minus 1, of course it cannot be negative because of the range, because of the domain. So it means that x is equal to 0. So it means that q has 3 solutions. Now let's erase this. Now let's check for r. Okay, so for r we have cos square x by 2 minus sine square x is equal to 1 by 2, and the domain is negative pi to pi. Okay, so let's see how we can solve it. There are multiple methods to solve this, but we'll use cos double formula. Cos x is right. So we have cos x plus 1 by 2 is cos square x by 2, correct? Okay, so just substitute it over here. You will get 1 plus cos x, this expression, minus sine square x is 1 by 2. 1 by 2 and 1 by 2 gets cancelled. So you get cos x is sine square x. So sine square x is equal to 1 minus cos square x, right? So 1 minus cos square x is equal to cos x by 2. So you get cos square x plus cos x by 2 minus 1 is equal to 0. 2 cos square x plus cos x minus 2 is equal to 0. So you have cos x is equal to negative 1 plus minus the quantity 1 minus 16. Minus 16 will get plus 16, so we will get 17 by 4. Now clearly you cannot take the negative value, because if you take the negative value, then root 17 is of course greater than root 16, and if it was root 16, then we would have got it as, this will be negative 4, negative 4, negative 1 will be negative 5. Negative 5 by 4 is of course less than negative 1, right? So we cannot take that, so we have to take just the positive value. So cos x is equal to root 70 minus 1 by 4. And clearly in this domain, if x is equal to some alpha, then x is equal to negative alpha is also the root, right? Understood or not? Okay, so that is why for r we have 2 roots, right? Because it is from negative pi by 2, negative pi to positive pi, right? Okay, so now let's erase this, and let's see the s part. Okay, so the s part states x belongs to negative 2 pi to 2 pi 6 sine square x by 2 minus cos 3x is 3. Okay, now again you have to just apply double angle formula over here. Cos x 1 minus 2 sine square x by 2, correct? 1 minus cos x is 2 sine square x by 2, correct? Okay. So we have 3, 1 minus cos x minus cos 3x is equal to 3. So we have 3 minus 3 cos x minus cos cube x is equal to 3. So we have cos 3x plus 3 cos x is equal to 0, right? You get this expression. Do you know how to further simplify this? Well, there is a triple angle formula for cos 3x. If you don't know, I can derive it also. Cos 3x can be written as cos of 2x plus x, right? So you can write it as cos 2x cos x minus sin 2x into sin x. Okay, you get this. And when you simplify this, let me simplify it also if you don't know. Okay, on simplifying, let's see what we get. We get cos, you can take cos of x, cos of 2x, you can write it like this. In terms of sine, so we will have 2 cos square x minus 1 times cos x minus 2 sine square x into cos x, correct? Sin 2x is equal to sin x into cos x multiplied by sin x will give this expression. So this is equal to 2 cos square 2 cos cube x minus cos x minus 2 into 1 minus cos x minus cos cube x, correct? We have this expression, right? Okay, so we have 2 cos cube x minus cos x minus 2 cos x plus 2 cos cube x, correct? So we will have 4 cos cube x minus 3 cos x, right? So simplify this. 4 cos cube x minus 3 cos x plus 3 cos x is equal to 0. So we have cos cube x is equal to 0. So from here we get x, cos 3x is equal, cos x is equal to 0, correct? Okay, now what is the domain? Domain is from negative 2 pi by 2 pi to 2 pi, okay? So x is equal to negative 2 pi, x is equal to pi by 2, 3 pi by 2. After this we will come back to 5 by, that is not required, so plus minus these two. So for PQ or S, so for S we have 4 is the answer, right? So now let's erase this and let's move to the next question, question number 3. Okay, you all might be thinking that I am just solving 10 questions per chapter, but if you notice, this question had 4 parts actually. So it means that we are solving many questions in the name of 10 questions, right? It is approximately 20 to 30 questions per lecture, right? Because we are applying the concepts from different topics also, if you are observing it, right? That's why. Question 3. Let x lie between pi by 2 and pi be such that cot x is equal to negative 5 by 11. Okay, then sine of 11x by 2 sine 6x minus plus cos 11x by 2 sine 6x plus cos 6x is equal to what? Option A, root 11 minus 1 by 2 root 3. Option B, root 11 plus 1 by root 3, 2 root 3. Option C, root 11 plus 1 by 2 root 3. Both options are same. So let's take it as by root 3 and D as root 11 minus 1 by 3 root 2. So I guess it will be 3 root 2, right? So it is from JEE Advanced 2024 paper 1. Okay, this is, yeah. So how we can solve this question? So we are given the domain of x and we are given the value of cot x over here. Then we have to evaluate this value. Okay, so what is the first approach which we can apply? Well, in such kind of questions, when you see the same input with a of sine and cos with a plus or a minus sign, what you generally do? You try to make it in the form of sine or cos only, right? You do it like this. Okay, so let's do that. Okay, so sine 6x minus cos 6x, you can write it as root 2, you can take common, 1 by root 2, 1 by root. Okay, so here we see a negative sign, so probably over here we can think of it as taking like making it in form of sine, right? And if you take it in terms of cos, then you have to make it in form of sine. Why? I will tell you in some time. Root 2 times, this is cos of root 2, sorry, cos of pi by 4. So this is cos pi by 4 times sine 6x minus sine pi by 4 cos 6x, right? So when you evaluate, you will get it as root 2 into sine of 6x minus pi by 4. Correct? Just evaluate this, just open this, you will get this expression only. Similarly, when you apply for cos x, what you will get? Root 2 times, this will be again cos pi by 4 into sine 6x, or you can write it as sine x, sine of pi by 4 plus cos of pi by 4 times cos of 6x, right? For this one, okay, and this will be equal to root 2 times cos of 6x minus pi by 4 again, right? Just check it once, just open it and you will get the same answer, right? Okay, now just apply this thing. So you can take root 2 as common, so you will get sine 11x by 2 times sine of 6x minus pi by 4 plus cos 11x by times cos 6x minus pi by 4. We get this expression, right? Okay, so just simplify it now. Okay, right? So you will get this expression. Let me check also. It will be cos of 6x minus that quantity minus 6x. So when we will open it, we will get sine of 6x times cos of pi by 4. That's correct. Okay, so we get this expression. Now this is of the form. So you will get it off. So this is again cos of a, so say sine of a into sine of b plus cos of a times cos of b. So it is again cos of a minus b, right? So it is cos 11x by 2 minus 6x minus pi by 4, right? So it is root 2 times cos of cos of negative x by 2 minus pi by 4. So it will be x by 2 plus pi by 4, right? Okay. Now you have to just evaluate this thing. So let me erase this, then we'll solve it because we know the value of cot of x, right? So cot of x is negative 5 by 11, root 11, okay? Now either you can make a triangle and then solve for sin x and cos x, or you can just assume it as cos x by sin x. So we can say sin x is root 11 times some k, and cos x now just apply sin square x plus cos square x is equal to 1, okay? 11k square plus 25k square is equal to 1. So k turns out to be plus minus 1 by 6, but it doesn't matter. For sin x, in the range of from pi by 2 to pi, sin x is always positive, right? So sin x is positive root 11 by 6 and cos x is negative 5 by 6, okay? This is the answer. I mean, these are the values. Now let's open this. So you will get cos of x by 2 plus pi by 4, right? We have this expression. So we have to make it in half angle also to check for the answer, right? So this is going to be tough. So let's open it now. So it is what? Cos of x times, okay, so cos of x by 2 times, so it will be 1 by 2, 1 by root 2 minus sine of x by 2, sine of x by 2 again by root 1 by root 2. So root 2 will get cancelled, so we will be left with cos of x by 2 minus sine of x by 2, right? Now they are very simple to solve, okay? Because we know cos of x is 1 minus 2 sine square x by 2, correct? So from here you have this expression negative 5 by 6 is 1 minus 2 sine square x by 2. So 2 sine square x by 2 is equal to 11 by 5. So 11 by 10. So sine x by 2. Now since x is lying between pi by 2 and pi, so x by 2 will lie between pi by 4 and pi by 2, which means that sin x should be positive over here. So we'll just assume positive value, root 11 by 10, right? Root 11 by 10, okay? And similarly for cos x by 2, sorry, 2 cos square x by 2 minus 1. So this will be this one. So we will get negative 5 by 6 plus 1 will be 1 by 6. So 1 by 12 cos square x by 2. Again cos, since it is x by 2, so cos will be positive. So you will get cos x as, wait a minute, why have I written 10 over there? It should be 11 by 6, sorry, 11 by 6, right? So this will be 11 by 6, right? It should be 11 by 12, sorry. Yeah, 11 by 12. Let me check also. 11 by 12, 11 by 6, and okay, sorry. So it turns out to be positive 1 by root 12, okay? Root 1 by 12, okay? So just evaluate this. 1 by 2 root 3 minus 11 by 2 root 3, and I feel there's some problem in this one. Okay, I'm really sorry, I did not check that time. It should have been negative 5 before, right? I don't remember the expression which I had got before, but when I checked, it should be negative 5 before, because when I was solving, I think I did not notice that thing. Okay, I'm really sorry for that, because there was a plus sign over there, so we have to subtract it, right? Okay, so that's why here should have been a positive negative sign. Okay, so it means that this will become positive, and this will also become positive, this will become positive, so we will get 11 by 2 root 3, which was option number B, I guess, right? So let's erase this. Now let's move to the next question, right? Question number 4. The number of points in negative infinity to infinity for which x square minus x sine x minus cos x is equal to 0 is. So we have to find the number of points for which this equation holds. Okay, this is cos x. Okay, it is from JEE Advanced 2013 paper 1. Okay, so let's see. So we have the function x square minus, so let's assume it as fx x square minus x sine x minus cos of x, correct? Right? You could have approached it using graphical method also, but I don't feel so that many of you are comfortable with it, so that's why I am preferring over here the calculus method, right? Okay, just keep on checking the steps. Now to check for the critical points, what you will do, you will set it equal to 0. So either x is equal to 0 or cos x is equal to, of course this is not possible. So it means that there is only one critical point, x is equal to 0, right? And what is the value of function at 0? Function at 0, it will be equal to 0 minus 0 negative 1. So it will be negative 1. Okay, so f of 0 is equal to negative 1. Okay, and what is function when limit as x tends towards infinity of fx? It will be tending towards infinity only. Okay, and what is the limit as x tends towards negative infinity? F of x, it is again tending towards positive infinity only, which means that a very rough diagram, or a very rough graph, something like this. This is function at 0. What is function at 0? It is equal to negative 1. Okay, so this is function at 0 and this is 0. Okay, so clearly there will be only two roots, because the function is coming from negative infinity to positive infinity. It is going down and it should go upwards, so it will cut the x-axis only twice. So there are two roots over here, right? So let's erase this. Now let's move to the next question. Yeah, question 5. Consider the curve C1 and C2 where C1 is given as y is equal to e raised to power minus x for x belonging to 0 to 10, 0 to 10, right? And C2 is defined as y is equal to e raised to power negative x into sine x plus cosine x for again x belonging to 0 to 10 pi, this time not 10. Okay, let n be the number of, let n be the total number of, let n be the total number of points of intersection of curves C1 and C2. Suppose that alpha 1 to alpha n belonging to 0 to 10 pi are the uh, points of intersection of C1 and C2, right? Are the points of intersection of C1 and C2 such that points of C1 C2 such that alpha 1, alpha 2 and so on till alpha n means they are in increasing series, so then n is equal to what? Okay, it's from JEE Advanced 2026 paper 2. Okay, so we are given the curve C1 and C2 where y is equal to e raised to negative x for x belonging to this domain and C2 is belonging to this domain. Then n be the number of points of intersection of C1 and C2. Okay, and we give this sequence. Okay, so basically the question is asking what are the roots of e raised to negative x is equal to e raised to negative x into cos x plus sin x. Yeah, this is what the question is asking. That's it. Okay, so of course this is always positive, right? So there is no need to keep this expression. So basically the question is sin x plus cos x is equal to 1. Tell the roots of this. Okay, so now let's check it. One minute I have to check for the domain of this one, so I can confirm that is it 10 only or 10 pi. Just 1 minute. Yeah, so I confirmed it is 10 pi. Sorry, it is 10 pi, right? Okay, so now we have this expression here. So domain of both is 0 to 10 pi. Okay, so how are we going to solve this equation? Well, many people can say that we can square both sets and then we can solve, but that's wrong. Why? Because if you square, you will get extraneous solutions over here. You get extra solutions which aren't the part of the original equation. So what to do in this case? Don't square it. You know the method. Since the angle is same, so you can take root 2 as common and you will get sine of x into sine of pi by 4 plus cos of x into cos of pi by 4. This is equal to 1, right? Okay, so we have root 2 times cos of x minus pi by 4 is equal to 1. Okay, so we have this expression now. So from here you will get cos of x minus pi by 4 is equal to 1 by root 2. So we have got this expression. Now let's simplify it further. So let's see what we get. Well, cos of x minus pi by 4, whatever be the input, is equal to 1 by root 2 in the domain 0 to 10 pi. So let's erase this and let's check it, right? Okay, so cos x minus pi by 4 is 1 by root 2. Okay, so let's assume it as alpha. So cos of alpha is 1 by root 2, right? Okay, so the root of cos alpha is equal to 1 by root 2 is alpha is 2n pi plus minus pi by 4. Okay, right? So you can say from here that x is equal to 2n pi or x is equal to 2n pi plus pi by 2, right? Over here how many values are there? 0, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, right? So over here you get 6 values. And over here how many values are there? Not 5. I mean n is equal to 5 is not acceptable because it will go out of the domain. So over here you have 5, so 5 plus 1, so there are 11 total roots. And that's the answer. So now let's move to the fifth question. I mean sixth question. So question number 6. Let alpha beta be real number such that negative pi by 4 alpha pi by 4 if sine of alpha plus beta is 1 by 3 and cos of alpha minus beta is equal to 2 by 3. Then greatest integer less than equal to sin alpha by cos beta plus cos beta by sin alpha plus cos alpha by sin beta plus sin beta by cos alpha whole square will be. So this is the question. So let's see how we will solve it. Okay. So the first approach which I can think of is that I can see sin alpha and I see this term and this term. So let's add them. Let's see what we get. It is just an attempt. Okay. So sin alpha plus cos alpha sin beta. Okay. So let's see what you get. You get sin alpha plus cos times sin beta plus cos alpha cos beta sin alpha sin cos beta sin beta into cos beta, correct? Similarly, plus this cos beta sin alpha plus sin beta cos alpha, right? So you will get sin alpha into sin beta plus cos alpha into cos beta by cos alpha cos beta cos alpha into cos beta, right? Oh, sorry. Sin alpha into cos alpha. Sin alpha into cos alpha. Okay. So this is the expression which we'll get. So this is what? This is cos of alpha minus beta, right? So this is cos of alpha minus beta, right? So cos of alpha minus beta is 2 by 3 and this is also 2 by 3. So we can take 2 by 3 as common. So you will be left with this expression, and of course if you multiply by 2 on both sides, on numerator and denominator, you'll get 4 by 3 over here. 1 by sine 2 beta plus 1 by sine 2 alpha, correct? You will get this expression. Now what's next? Just multiply them. What you will get? 4 by 3 sine 2 alpha plus sine 2 beta divided by sine of 2 alpha into sine of 2 beta, right? Now let's evaluate this. First of all, let me erase this, then we will evaluate this one. Okay. So we have the expression 4 by 3 sine of 2 alpha plus sine of 2 beta divided by sine of 2 alpha sine of 2 alpha into sine of 2 beta, right? Okay. Now what is sine of alpha plus beta? Sine of alpha plus sine of beta is 2 sine alpha plus beta by 2 into cos of alpha minus beta by 2. Okay, so when you evaluate this, you will get 2 of sine of alpha plus beta, alpha plus 2 alpha plus 2 beta, 2 will be common, alpha plus beta into cos of alpha minus beta. Okay, so we get this expression. And what is this? We are given sine of alpha plus beta as 1 by 3 and this is 2 by 3. Okay, so this is 4 by 9. Okay, so 16 by 27 times 1 by sine of 2 alpha into sine of 2 beta. Okay, we have this expression. So now we have to evaluate this. Okay, now sine of alpha into cos into sine of beta is equal to what? This is actually equal to 1 by 2 times cos of alpha minus beta plus cos of alpha plus beta. Okay, you can check it also. Sorry, minus. So now just apply this identity and let's see what we get. So it will be 16 by 27. 1 by 2 is there, so it will come in numerator divided by cos of 2 alpha, 2 into alpha minus beta minus cos of 2 times alpha plus beta. Right, we have this. So 32 by 27 times. So we got this expression. Now we have cos of 2 alpha minus beta. So we can write it in terms of cos theta. 2 cos square minus 1 minus 1 minus 2 sine square alpha plus beta. So it means, so now we can substitute back the equation, the values of sine of cos square alpha minus beta in that. So we have 32 by 27, 1 divided by 2 into cos square of this, so it will be 4 by 9 minus 1 minus 1 minus 2 into 2 by 9. So we have 32 by 27. We have 8 by 9. So 8 by 9. So 1 by 8 by 9. So it will be negative 1 by 9. Negative 1 by 9. And negative 1 by 9. And over here, what we will get? We'll get over here. This 2 into this will become negative 1. Okay. And 1 minus this expression. This will be 7 by 9. 7 by 9. We'll get 7 by 9. Okay. Negative 7 by 9. Okay. So we got this expression. Now let's evaluate this. So let's evaluate this. So what we will get? 32 by 27 into 9 by negative 8. 4. So it is negative 4 by 3. And now we have to find the greatest integer over here. So first of all, we will square 16 by 9 because we are given to square. Now when you find GIF, you will get 1 as the answer. So 1 is the answer of this question. Okay, so now let's move to question number 7. Okay, let me erase this. Question number 7. Let alpha is equal to plus 1 by sine of 62, sine of 63, and so on and so forth till 1 by sine of 118 into sine of 119 degree. Okay, so we have to find the value of cosec 1 degree by alpha whole square. It is from 2025 JEE advanced. Okay, so let's see. So I erased the question. Now let's solve the question, right? Okay, so the question was alpha is equal to 1 upon sine 60 degree into sine 61 degree plus 1 upon sine 62 degree sine 63 degree and so on and so forth till 1 upon sine of 118 degree times sine of 119 degree. Okay, so this is the expression which we have got. Okay, so now what we can do is that we can divide, or simply you can see the difference of angles is 1 degree. So what you can do is that you can divide by 1 upon sine of 1 degree, and this will be sine of 1 degree can be written as sine of 61 degree minus 60 degree sine of 61 degree, so on and so forth till sine of 119 degree minus 118 degree divided by sine of 118 degree into sine of 119 degree. Correct? Okay. So we have this expression now, and now let's simplify it. Okay. So let's see what we get. Now this is cosec of 1 degree. So you can write it as 1 upon alpha upon 1 upon cosec 1 degree is equal to this. You can write it as sine 61 degree into cos of 60 degree minus sine 60 degree into cos 61 degree by sine of 60 degree times sine of 61 degree. (118 degree minus sine of 118 degree into cos of 119 degree divided by sine of 118 degree sine of 119 degree. Correct? Okay. So this is 1 upon the required quantity. Of course we have to square it furthermore. Okay. So you will get over here, what you will get? You will get cot of 60 degree minus cot of 61 degree plus cot of 62 degree minus cot of 63 degree and so on and so forth till cot of 118 degree minus cot of 119 degree. Correct? Okay. This is the expression which you will get. Correct or not? Just check it once. Is it correct or not? Yeah, it is correct. Okay. Now notice one thing. Cot of 118 is negative the cot of negative the cot of 62 degree. So this and this will get cancelled. Similarly, this term will also get cancelled, and this is negative cot of 61 degree, and negative will become positive, so positive and negative will get cancelled. So you will be just left with 1 upon r is cot of 60 degree. That's the value. So r is tangent of 60 degree, which is root 3. So the answer is r square actually. So 3. So 3 is the answer of the questions. Okay. So now let's move to the next question. Let me raise this. Question 8. Let a function b from r to r, from real to real, be a differentiable function with f at 0 is equal to 1 and satisfy f of x plus y is equal to f at x, f derivative at y plus f at x derivative f at y for all x y belonging to real number. Okay, then the value of natural log a function at 4 is equal to what? Okay, it is from JEE Advanced 2018 paper 2. Okay, so the question is, there is a function which is going from real to real, and it is a differentiable function with function at 0 is equal to 1, and it satisfies this functional equation. So let's see it. Solution. So f at x plus y is f at x f dash at y plus f dash at x times f at y. Okay, so now substitute x is equal to y is equal to 0. So what we get? X is equal to y is equal to 0. Function at 0 is function at 0, function at 0, function at 0, function at 0, of course with the derivative. So we have this as 1. So f dash of 0 2. So f dash of 0 is equal to 1 by 2. Okay. So f dash at 0 is equal to 1 by 2. Okay. Now let's substitute y as 0. Right. So we will get f at x is equal to f of x by 2, since f dash of y is equal to 0, sorry, is equal to 1 by 2, plus f dash at x times function at 0, which is 1. Okay, so we have this expression. So we have f of x by 2 is 2f of x. If you are getting in confusion, then you can simply assume f of x as y. So y by 2 is dy by dx. So we have dx by 2 is dy by y, and when you integrate, you will get natural log of y is x by 2, and let's multiply by some constant. After some time we can multiply by constant. We can say it as natural log of a for now, where a is a constant. So y is equal to a e raised to power x by 2, correct? Okay. Now function at 0. When you set function at 0, so fx is a e raised to power x by 2. So function at 0 will tell that x a is equal to 1. Okay, so this is the function. Okay, so now we have to find this. So when you take the natural log, you will get x by 2 is equal to ln of f of x, right? And when you substitute it as 4, you will get 2 as the answer. So 2 is the answer in this case. Okay, so now let's move to the 9th question. Right, I am sure that you understood this question. Okay, question number 9. Maximum value of expression 1 upon sine square theta plus 3 sine theta cos theta plus 5 cos square theta is equal to what? Okay, so it is from IIT JEE 2010 paper 1. Okay, correct. Okay, so in such a kind of questions, we find the minimum value of the denominator. If this denominator has the minimum value, then automatically its reciprocal will have the maximum value, right? Okay, solution. So let's see how we can solve it. So we have function sine square theta. Okay, so we have sine square theta plus 5 cos square theta, right? Now let's convert it into double angle. How? We know that cos 2 theta is 1 minus 2 sine square theta. So we have 1 minus cos 2 theta divided by 2 is sine square theta, just substitute it. 1 minus cos 2 theta divided by 2 plus similarly over here cos 2 theta 2 cos square theta minus 1. So we have cos 2 theta plus 1 by 2. Okay, plus 5 by 2. 1 minus cos 2 theta plus 3 by 2 sine of 2 theta. Correct? We have this expression. Now just simplify it. 1 minus cos of 2 theta plus 5 minus 5 cos of 2 theta divided by 2 plus 3 by 2 sine of 2 theta. Correct? So when you solve it, you get 6 minus 6 cos of 2 theta divided by 2 plus 3 by 2 sine of 2 theta. Correct? Okay. I feel I did a mistake. Yeah, it should have been positive. That is what I was thinking. So plus 4, right? So you get 3 plus 2 cos 2 theta plus 3 by 2 sine theta. Right? So now what will be its minimum value? It will be a sin x plus b cos x lies between negative a square plus b square to a square plus b square. So we have to take the negative value over here. 2 theta. So this is a 4 minus 9 by 4. Correct? So 3 minus 16 minus we will add it. Okay, so it will be 16. So 5 by 2, so it is equal to 1 by 2. So this is the minimum value. So when you take its reciprocal, you will get the maximum value of this function. So it is 2, right? So this was the 9th question. Now let's move to the last question of this video. Question number 10. ABC is a triangle such that sine of 2a plus b is equal to sine of c minus a is equal to negative sine of b plus 2c is equal to 1 by 2. And A, B, C are in AP. So we have to determine A, B, C, and it is from IIT JEE 1990. It is a very old question. So let's see. Okay. Now since it's a triangle, so you can assume the angle as suppose A, B, and C, right? So let's assume this as A minus D, this as A, and this as A plus D. Correct? Okay. So we have A minus D plus A plus A plus D should be equal to 180 degree or pi radians. So 3A is equal to 180 degree. So A is equal to 60 degree. We have got one value, that angle B is equal to 60 degree. Now from here, sine of C minus A is equal to 1 by 2, right? Okay. We have this expression. Now C is A plus D and that is A minus D. So we will get 2D is 1 by 2, right? Okay. So from here you get 2D is equal to what? Pi by 6 or 5 pi by 6, that is 30 degree or 150 degree. Okay, let's first of all check. So we get D is equal to 15 degree or 75 degree. So let's check now. If D is equal to 15 degree, then A is equal to 45 degree, B is equal to 60 degree, and C is equal to 75 degree. And if D is equal to 75, then we will have A minus D, that is 60 minus 75. No, negative angle is not possible because we have assumed that all the angles are positive, right? No, we are not going in clockwise direction movement, no. So D is equal to 75 is rejected. because for that one angle has to be negative, which is not possible. So D is equal to 15, A is equal to 60 degree, and angle A is 45, angle B is 60 degree, and angle C is 75 degree. This is the answer. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, then please do like, subscribe, and please support this video, and please share this video as much as possible, and please like this as much as possible, because it will give me motivation to continue making all the videos of this series. Okay, so till then, bye bye, take care, and all the best.